Hey, Mike, we're alive now.
Ah.
So if you can stop saying all those racist things that you were just saying a second ago.
That's no incentive. It'll only get more harsh now.
Oh, shit. All right. Just play our music then. Fuck.
Rosie Social.
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Rosie Social.
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl.
This is all just for the radio.
And Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Rosie Social.
We are the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only show that covers social media, and then we'll sing you to sleep. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Well, did I completely forget we were supposed to do a show until early this morning? That's neither here nor there. I can guarantee it's not going to affect the quality of this program.
You did send the prep boy later than usual, but I figured you were celebrating Christmas with the family.
Right. It was all ready to go yesterday, I swear.
Okay, yes. You know, there are rumors going around that Hackmania May 9th through 11th in Las Vegas will sell out. Use the promo code WATP for 10% off. And that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat, and I'll even interrupt my blind co-host in a rude manner to do so. And just a reminder that we are using the super tip system. And boy, is this a fun system that we have for you folks. The super tip system, you go to supertip.gg/WATP, and you can have your comment read as the Beggy Monster or Woke Dad or Baylen Dupri, Blind Mike himself. It's all there for you. So check that out. supertip.gg/WATP.
Imagine me saying something on this show.
Wouldn't that be fun? Now that we got the formalities out of the way, we do something on this show that's unique. A lot of shows, you're not sure if they're ever going to start. You're not sure why the host turned on the cameras and the microphones just to twiddle their thumbs. On this show, we get into it immediately. We get right into the show. You don't even realize that we're into the show because it's just two guys chatting. And then you realize, oh, wait, this banter that I'm listening to is a show.
Yeah. The amount of angry emails I've gotten from people that are like, I was a half hour in. I didn't realize I was listening to a show. I thought it was two guys just bullshitting.
Well, that's the thing. And then they realize, oh, this is the show. And this is the best part of the show. The banter is amazing. Why are they even talking about social media? I just want to hear these two talk about whatever's going on in their lives. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Now, to discuss the events of the day, banter is the way to reflect on events of the day. Karl and Blind Mike banter. Banter.
And I got to play this. I don't remember what it is. It's on my board. Let me see what this is.
You can gab, you can babble, yapping like hens on the view. Ooh, Mike is blind, Karl likes ween, they are the banter queen.
I like that one.
I have a long version of that for some reason too on the board. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Now, yesterday was Christmas, and a lot of people get together with family and celebrate the holidays, and no exception here. I was hanging out with my family on Christmas Eve, and my nephew has two kids of his own now. And one's a baby, the other one's 3. And I found out, I didn't know this, that my nephew's 3-year-old son, when he was younger, had a video on TikTok at 37 million views.
Oh, God.
I just found this out.
All right, let's play it and roast this asshole.
I'm talking to my nephew's wife, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he's got 37 million views." And it's just like him giggling, and he can't stop laughing. This little baby giggling, and I went, "This is wild." I didn't realize there's all these celebrities in my family. My other nephew's girlfriend's a TikToker with tens of thousands of followers and stuff.
Wow.
And then I realized something. This theory that I've had all along that TikTok numbers are bullshit, it's definitely true.
Oh, they're not getting recognized when they're out at the coffee trucks
No.
in Rochester?
No, there's no way. I think TikTok, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, people. I should be the expert on this. I think that TikTok inflates the numbers. That's part of how they get people addicted to it, because people put out their dumb TikToks. We're going to show you a few of them today, later on in the show. And for some reason, just like 38,000 people were laughing hysterically at this TikTok. Like, wow, that's a lot.
It is funny you say that, just because today, when I was looking at Woke Dad clips, I was like, this guy has a fairly substantial following, like 150,000 followers. I've never, outside of this show, no one has ever said, like, did you see this douchebag on TikTok? Like, it's an amount of people where you'd think someone would know him or have found this guy. But
Right. And if you look at his comments, there's usually 7 or 8 comments
yeah.
under each of these videos. It's all the same thing. Like, you go, Dan. You're great. Good for you, buddy.
Wouldn't that have been great, though, if one day I was like, all right, Karl, pull up this video of this asshole kid. You're like, oh, wait, hold on a second.
I recognize that. Is that a hamburger? Is that a little hamburger over there that I'm looking at? Holy shit. But yeah, I was floored by that. And then I went, oh, yeah, that's right. This is all make-believe.
Yeah, it seems that way.
The Chinese got us again. They're really
Keep
good at
kicking
that.
that football.
Yeah, right. Now, Mike, I don't know if you caught any of Stuttering John's show today.
I did today, yes.
Okay, good. Because you have a friend over there named Milk John's mom working
He's trying
overtime.
his best. Yeah,
Working
yeah.
overtime for you, super chatting things like, I can't believe Blind Mike prank called your mom yesterday live on air.
Yeah.
And there was another one that he did. I wanted to play this video for you. We don't usually do Stuttering John on this show. But this other one came up. It's related to you, but right before that is the grossest thing I've ever heard John say. Okay. You probably already know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I have to hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Listen to this.
I don't blame you. Yeah. How many times have you had phone sex with Kate?
Yes.
I don't have phone sex. I only
How
had
many
phone
times
sex.
have you did it?
I only had phone sex once, and it wasn't phone sex. It was text sex, and that was with the same girl that I banged at the restaurant in the courtyard.
Okay. So he's already said he had text sex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now listen to this story because I have some questions.
I think that John doesn't think you do that on a phone. It's a different.
Right. Yeah. A whole different thing.
And she was with another guy at the time. We had broken up, and then she was texting me I was like, just put your fingers there and just pretend I'm there. Going down here right now. Okay, go up and down, slow. And then sure enough, she's like, oh, I'm coming.
That doesn't sound like a text conversation.
He's cracking himself up with how much a man he is.
Yeah, right. Yes. A girl was flicking her bean and he's taking credit for it.
Yeah. Well, you have to imagine, you said it doesn't sound like it's all caps, so you have to read it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand.
Now you're picturing it.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
I'm coming.
But I know. Could you imagine texting that while you're playing with yourself? It doesn't even make sense. But all right. So then this leads into this.
Milk John's mom type album if you think Blind Mike is the real Duke.
Thank you, Milk John's mom.
Thank you very much, Milk John's mom.
I did take the crown from him, and it's good that he knows that.
I agree. You definitely are the real Duke of the Dabbleverse, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. We have a little segment we've been doing on the show lately. And usually it's like if Psychotic, who's in our Discord, posts something or someone else finds something like this, we'll do this because I don't find these types of things. But it's called Guess the Video. We need a stinger for this if anyone's listening or watching and wants to put together something for us. Do you imagine us going into a segment without a stinger?
It's upsetting.
It's amateur hour over here. So Guess the Video is a game we play where we play a video from social media and people who are listening to the podcast or my co-host, Mike Geary, have no idea what the visual component is.
Right.
And so they have to guess what the visual would be to this. And this time, Psychotic put this in the Discord and he says, difficulty is expert.
Okay.
So this is going to be tough. Oh, Mike says he accepts that challenge.
I'm in.
All right.
You don't scare me.
All right. Let's check it out here. I just got to get the volume up on it. That's an important element of this game. Here we go.
Oh, fuck.
All right, that's the video.
I feel guilty because you set it up in a way that totally gives it away, but I guess I'll just say that's obviously the lady that John was texting.
No, I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh,
we
no.
don't have, that was not posted on social media. We don't have
damn
that. Good try. You know what? I'm going to give you a second guess on this time.
All right.
It's a difficult one.
Shit. It feels like, here's what I'm picturing.
Okay.
I'm imagining a guy that is clearly, it feels like it should be a food challenge, but his mouth is empty.
Right.
So I'm going to say he is smelling something that is making him gag.
Wow.
I don't know what that could be, but it's some sort of smelling challenge.
That is very close. I'm going to give you partial credit for this. This isn't an L by any means. This guy had 6 pre-roll joints in his nostrils. and was breathing in through his nostrils and blowing out the smoke over and over again. He kept lighting the joints to make sure they were still going. And that's an impressive feat right there.
That's very impressive. He didn't sound like anything was in his nose. That's pretty good. Good for him.
I like, though, that your thought process on it, Mike. I'm impressed.
Well, you guys don't know. I've been not seeing for years. You know, you kids try to play at home. Don't stand a chance, really.
That's a good point. Yes, you do have an advantage on us. Yes. All right. One of the things I like to do early on in the show when we have it is some music.
Who are these music? Who are these music?
This one came in from Trent, who emailed me yesterday, said he's trying to avoid his family, looking for reasons to go in the other room.
Sure.
So he was checking out social media and decided to share this with us. This is from a group called We Are the Dream Eaters. Okay. And of course, We Are the Dream Eaters, you know, from such hits as... They have a lot of hits.
Okay.
You might say.
I really only know that one, if I'm being honest. But
all right, well, here's a new one for you.
Right.
Here's a new one to enjoy.
I'm gonna 3D print your vagina with my 3D printer. I'm gonna 3D print your vagina with my 3D printer.
Pony Power 2, if you're watching or listening, there's a challenge for you. Maybe you can get Lucy Tightbox to help you out with that. You know,
interesting. An entirely different concept, and you can't even really classify it as dirty. It's more scientific.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things like, can I do it?
Right.
Not so much like I'm doing this to do bad things in the future. It's like, oh, I just want to see if I can do this or not.
It's revolutionary in a way. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
I don't have a 3D printer. I know a lot of people out there do. And I know that there's a lot of file sharing and things you can get so that you can print whatever you want to print. I wonder if vaginas are a big thing that you can, like a famous porn star or something. Is that something that's available to 3D print? I'm not even sure.
I don't know enough about how it works, but I do feel like it could be helpful to a lot of young men out there.
Right. I would see it as art. I would put it up in the living room.
Absolutely. You know it when you see
starter.
it, as they say.
Conversation starter right there. Oh, whose vagina is that? Oh, it's funny you ask, actually. All right. Let's head over to Instagram. I have an interesting video that I've never seen anything like this before.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you wanna fight.
And this is also from Psychotic in our Discord, who posted this. There's a gentleman at the airport, and he's trying to check his bag. And you know what happens when you check your bag. They want to weigh it, and they put it on the little conveyor belt. And
sounds like I avoid it at all costs.
Do you see? I'm the opposite. I prefer to check a bag because I don't want to be the guys racing onto the airplane in order to get the overhead space. I prefer to
I get on first, so.
Oh, yeah, okay, good point. So you don't have to worry about that at all. For me, I want to be the last person on the airplane because it's an uncomfortable place to be. And I just want to have my backpack with me. Yes, I wear a backpack. This is true. So I tend to check
a nap. Do you put that on?
So I check my bag and let the airline figure out how to get it to where I'm going. Right? It's like, you guys do this. I don't need to do it.
That's fair.
So this guy comes in and he's trying to check his luggage, and there's a bit of a problem with it.
Cockroaches! TSA was doing their security check. A whole bunch of cockroaches came out of the bag, and we can't transport the bag like that.
Okay, so this guy is dressed up very sharply. He's wearing a suit. It's a little baggy, probably wasn't his to begin with. We probably got it at a Salvation Army. But either way, he's dressed up nice, ready to go to the airport and make his big trip. And there's cockroaches pouring out of his bag.
Really, only the first sentence was necessary. It wasn't necessary, and we can't transport the bag. Like it's actually not meant to be that way. So we'd like to put a stop to it.
Right. Now, they've just taken him outside, and they want him to open up the bag and take the belongings out, make sure that there's no cockroaches in the belongings so they can put it in something else to transport because they don't want this luggage. What's great here, and this is a visual, but I'll explain, is that cockroaches are pouring out of everything as they're outside of this.
Where in the hell is a cockroach? They say there's cockroaches in this bag. I don't understand this. You can't take it like that.
We can't check it.
I mean, you gotta shake all these clothes out?
Yes. We need to make sure that there are no cockroaches in there because now you're going to be in the cabin of our aircraft.
Cockroaches?
We need to be completely sure that we don't have any more cockroaches in here for us to send this back. Sir, they're on your leg. Sir, you have them on your leg.
The camera points down to his shoes, and you see 3 or 4 cockroaches running up his leg, up his pants.
Why do these news stories always happen to people who sound like that? I ain't got no cockroaches.
Because it's funnier. Because if it was you or me, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, there are too many cockroaches? I don't think it would make it. Yeah, it would go viral probably.
They're on your leg.
Right there.
They're coming out underneath the wheels. They're on his pants. We're just gonna. We're gonna have to dispose of the bag.
It cost me $30-something. I ain't gonna throw that away.
Wants to depart with the bag.
Don't throw the bag down anymore, sir. You're not going to get them all out, and you're not going to be able to take this bag.
The bag cost him $37, Mike. He doesn't want to.
At that point, do you want the bag ever again? I'd be like, throw everything in there away.
This guy is very comfortable being around cockroaches. That's my takeaway from this. Like, he has no. He's just like, oh, like your house isn't infested with cockroaches.
Am I supposed to buy them each a plane ticket? You understand how expensive that would be?
Right, yes. That woman has a dog going on the plane. I can't bring my cockroaches. What is that called when you have your emotional support?
Emotional support or service animal or something?
Yeah, emotional support cockroaches. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fly.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you, everyone, for watching the program tonight. We do this every Thursday night at 6 p.m. And some of you like to contribute with your super chats and super tips, and we definitely appreciate that. Like I Come Buckets with $2 says, I bet Mike porked the apparent #1 comedian of 2024. Oh, is that why? Is that why he's picking who
Adrian
he's picking?
Happalucci? No, I have not, but...
but she gave you a hand job, right?
I judge with my brain.
She did something, because I don't think that special was that good. I think she did something.
It was the best thing I've ever seen, and she's a delight.
She greased the skids a little bit, I think.
You guys all stop making fun of her.
Okay, all right.
So I sang it asleep. What's the big deal?
Patrick Ford, $5 says, Lady K, emphasis on the L. The Duke is king. So long, dabble dorks, when the king and queen meanie ride off into the sunset in 4 days. Hi, Mike. Skull.
Hello, Patrick. You're a sick man.
John said something else that was very funny today because we were talking about this either on, I think it was on WATP. Adam Bush was talking about this. John would rather not get laid but have people think he got laid than actually get laid and no one knows.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I mean, we can tell this guy's personality type.
It's wild to me, like, look at how long he spent on Napgate, like talking about you taking a nap and the mandolin and everything.
Yeah.
If you or Shuli or whoever the person is that John hates had a video where he's like, I sang it asleep, and it's silly to say, but we were really falling in love.
Falling in love, yes. Their
like if that video was out there, he would never stop talking about it.
Right. So what John said to Vince today on the show is that he did not want those pictures to get out. He was not happy that Chad Zumach broke that story because his goal, they had a plan in place that he wasn't going to speak of it at all. And then on the last day he was in New York, maybe his last podcast ever, Kate was going to walk by in the background.
Oh, man.
And that was going to be like the big reveal. Like, whoa, they're dating?
That would have been a good little, that would have been the funniest thing John ever did.
Right. And of
in
course,
terms of the Dabbleverse or whatever.
And something he could not possibly pull off.
Right.
which is proven because he did not. The ghost of Mr. P, Melton's chat friend, $2 says, let's see Jenny's jugs. Not on this program, sir.
It's Patreon.
We're on YouTube. Hack Ride Studios, $5. Merry Christmas to my 2 favorite Four Eyes. Well, thank you very much, Hack Ride.
I think Hack Ride is a show after this show. He's talking about the Jesus twins from Howard Stern.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right, that's a fun
Shuli
story.
bullied him out of talking about Eric the Midget.
I know. I was talking to Shuli the other day. I might go on his next episode.
Traitor!
What is it called? Unboxing Eric? What do they call? All right. Anonymous $5 says, Stuttering John is such a loser that even the girl banging the 1,000 guys would have denied him access. Yeah, that's not great.
I think John would have been on. He would never talk about it. Publicly, he would say it was gross, but I think he would have been on board for something like that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He would have pushed some rope into that girl. Like, sir, we have one rule. You can't show up with whiskey dick.
I made her come more than any of the other 99 guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know that. Right. You'd be like, she's still texting me. I can't get this bitch out of my phone. That's hilarious. All right. Let's head over to TikTok. I hear there's things going on TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
Starting with this, Solar is the did system that is like 50 different people, 3 animals, a robot.
Birds and robots, aliens. Yeah.
Right. It's one of the wildest things. And when we first came to know Solar, it was fascinating. These stories that Solar would tell about being all these different personalities and all these people living inside of her. And then as we've watched her more and more, she's getting more angry. She's less fun. And it was pointed out to me in the feedback that we got on the show that people don't like when we talk about Solar.
Yeah.
She kind of sucks.
Which I'm still entertained by it, but I get it. It's very long,
yes.
and a lot of it's the same, so I totally get it.
Right. Now, Solar is going to see us discussing that very thing, and props to Chris Chappelle's Distortion Pedal for mailing this to me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And this is Solar addressing us. Mentioned that Solar's going to be in this, and people hate Solar. Really? Okay, so that's me. She was just showing this on her TikTok. Me saying people hate Solar. She got the words people hate Solar across that.
And this bitch cuts it off before I'm mystified. I can't believe it.
Right, I know.
With shock in my voice. Not my girl Solar.
Right, it could have been a positive. But no, she cuts it off right there. And now we are getting to see, we don't see this very often, Solar. This isn't one of the other personalities.
Oh, right. No, this is the real, the mask has come off.
How often does that happen on this show? I don't even know. That's pretty cool. So Solar herself is going to address people don't like her, according to me, on this show.
Hi, I'm Solar, and this video is for those of you who claim to hate me. Now, I do genuinely want to have a conversation with you about this, but we're going to do that on my page. If you talk about me elsewhere, please know I will not hear it. So if you do want to have this discussion with me...
Where did you get the clip of us?
Yeah, you kind of already disproved yourself there.
Doesn't really make any sense.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
How did she find that?
Someone must have sent it to her, right?
But what would even... It wasn't a notable... Someone sent her and was like, hey, Karl and Mike are tired of talking about you?
Well, okay, so
or
that's...
the Discord is tired of you?
That's the thing. She doesn't understand what she's seeing. She doesn't understand the context of it. That's why I set up the way that I did, is that you and I didn't say we hate Solar.
Right.
I mean, we probably have at some point, but not that clip. We were just saying people hate Solar. They don't like us doing Solar segments.
Sweetheart, it's the Discord. It ain't me, baby.
Right.
We still love you.
Yeah. But she's not understanding that, so she's going to come at us, even though it literally was the clip of me saying people don't like Solar. Right. I didn't say you and I hate this bitch or anything like that.
It's going to be here. If you genuinely do not like me, why do I live rent-free in your brain?
Ooh.
Why are you constantly thinking about me? Why are you constantly talking about me? Why do you continuously make content about me if you
My comment? You look like you want to have something to say.
So she knows the show.
Right. That's what I'm thinking too. If she knows that she's a recurring character that we address on this show.
Is she watch it every week? She's like, what's sad about it is I love the Baylen Dupri stuff, but I can't.
Right.
I hate when they bring me up.
Honestly, Mike, if this was reversed, I would watch us. If they were clowning my TikTok channel every third or fourth week, I'm like, I'll tune into these guys.
Tune in, yeah.
Yeah, why not? But this is it's a tired response. And I know Solar isn't aware of this world that we live in, but the thing where it's just like, oh, but you have to do every single show about me. And Mike and I always have to go over this. We talk about a lot of different things. You're not the whole show, sweetheart.
And the people
Sorry.
watching the show say she comes up too much. They agree with her.
Right.
They're like, stop talking about this.
That's the whole reason why this was even brought up.
Yeah.
People are tired of, okay.
don't like me, why are you spending so much time with somebody you don't enjoy spending time with?
It's the show format we picked. I don't know what to tell you.
Imagine anyone watching her TikTok channel where they're like, that's the clip you're angry about? Like, they have no context for who we are.
Right.
They're just like, that 3-second clip is what you're mad about?
Yeah, that's what this video is. If you were a fan of Solar and you're watching this, you're just like, wait, there's a show dedicated to talking about how much they hate Solar?
And me going, like, really?
Yeah, can you give us a link to that, please? I want to see this.
Do you have anything else to do with your time?
Oh my God, woke dad and delete laws. And
Opie has a TikTok. Did you not know that?
See the
Solar?
list, Solar.
Yeah, it's Rosie O'Donnell. I mean,
Julia Fox's book is going to take us 9 years.
So yes, we do have other things to do with our time. Yes, it's a long list.
I don't know, a job or something?
Well, no.
Well, this actually is our job. Isn't that crazy? Could you imagine this gets back to Solar? She's like, oh no, that is their job. Like, oh fuck, really?
Go to work. It's like, all right, I guess we'll do another episode on you.
And I am, to be honest, a little bit genuinely concerned about some of y'all because mentally healthy people do not spend this much time.
Hold on a second. Is this person with 38 different personalities, people living inside her, talking about the mental health of us?
Hey, Zephyr, isosceles, back me up on this.
These people are nuts, right? These people who keep talking about us? Fucking weirdos.
Talking about people they don't like. So why do you continuously choose to engage with something that clearly affects you negatively? That is commonly known as self-harm.
Okay, that I agree with. That I think if I did see a therapist, they'd be like, Karl, the Stuttering John guy, he seems like he's a real thorn in your side. Like,
I do see a therapist, and I don't bring this show up. To be
okay,
honest.
smart. Yeah.
I'll be talked out of it.
If you really, really, truly hated me, you would have nothing to do with me. You would block me and move on so that you never had to see me again.
Oh, no. We definitely lose viewers when we're doing a Solar segment. I see the view count in the corner.
I'm bringing her up against their will. I didn't even know that.
Yes, yeah, no.
They're begging me not to.
Trust me, the people who dislike you definitely go away during these segments. It's kind of annoying, actually.
I think this is a good approach, though. I think she's, yet again, the smart one when it comes to dealing with trolls. It's like, just condescendingly talk down to them.
Yep. It'll just go away eventually. People will just be like, oh, well,
evaporate.
She's got us.
But instead, you are continuously watching my content and talking about me. Therefore, you must like me to some degree.
Also, I have to point out, Solar, her hair is so bad right now. With her hair and her teeth, they kind of match. She looks like a 9-year-old boy.
She has asked us before not to talk about her teeth. We're breaking rules here.
Oh, shit. Is it?
Did you guys see me win that conversation?
I hit the wrong drop. I meant to hit this drop.
That's kind of her vibe, though.
I meant to hit this.
Do not comment on our teeth.
See? That's her right there.
They're named very different things on my board. I don't know how I made that mistake.
Because what you're doing continuously making content about me is literally fan behavior. You know, they say that the things you don't like about other people are actually the things you don't like about yourself.
Yeah,
Oh
your
my
teeth
God.
are fucked. Oh shit, she got me. Oh no, oh no.
I do hate all of my personalities. She's so right.
I wish I could just be one person.
I hate the days where I'm a bird and I'm a little girl.
So if you have such hatred and vitriol for me, maybe you should ask yourself what you see in me that reflects back on you that you don't like.
Yeah, she's actually talking like a psychologist right now, which is wild because there's no way she's ever talked to a psychologist in her life.
Well, certainly hasn't listened to one.
Right, yes.
Because all I am doing here...
Yeah, Mike?
It's just funny to me. It's I guess like I relate to it in this way. Like if I saw people reacting to a video of Dave Portnoy throwing a wallet at a blind guy's face and being like, "That's what all you guys hate about yourselves."
Right.
That's the thing. You would lose at ping pong to him, and that's what you hate. It's like, no, it's just a funny thing they came across on the internet.
Yeah.
If Solar doesn't realize that it's funny that a lady is like, "Hi, I'm Zephyr, and I'm an alien with 9 heads, and I live on Saturn." Yeah, we found that kind of wacky when we saw it.
You know, I put this on a TikTok. I didn't know people were going to clown me for this. I had no idea. Oh, really?
You must hate yourself.
Here is just living my life and sharing my genuine experiences. If you...
There's nothing genuine about being two different types of birds. I'm sorry.
Really, truly, honestly do not like me, one, I don't care.
I can tell.
And two, then leave me.
We're 3 minutes into the video that she made to tell you how she doesn't care if you don't like her.
Long-winded.
I don't care. And two, then leave me alone.
Well,
we do.
Because
if you followed number 1, why would you even notice the second one?
Good point. Very good
know?
point. Yes. It doesn't bother me at all. And please stop.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Talking about me is not giving the impression that you don't like me.
We like you.
It
I like you
is,
very
in
much.
fact,
Yeah.
giving the opposite.
Yeah, it's our audience that doesn't like you, Solar.
I like you to people's detriment.
Right. Yes. We like you too much.
Begging me to stop.
We like you too much is what the problem is here, dummy.
Karma's a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious that for you, it's not?
I don't think I understand that.
It must be a song lyric. I don't know.
Not familiar with
Well,
that.
what I think she's saying, though, is that karma is... And could you imagine, Karl, if people started making fun of you, how you would feel?
Could you? I can't even imagine that. With people making fun of me, Mike? Is that even possible?
Now you realize what that could be like.
Fuck off.
Yay, super chats.
Matthew Rowley is coming in with a ridiculous amount of money, so I'm going to give him his personalized jingle.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the amazing super chat, Matthew Rowley. This gift lifts WATP spirits even more than watching 3 hours of Corndiff 3D printing a trombone when you can't sleep.
Matthew Rowley for $20 says, Merry Christmas to both of you. I hope you each got to spend time with loved ones and relax. You two have gotten me through hundreds of hours of work. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew.
That's
And
very
yes,
nice. Thank you, sir.
I think we both had a wonderful, relaxing holiday.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Ghost of Mr. P. Melton's chat for $2. You know Jenny longs for a BBC Raw dogging. I know, she talks in her sleep. I know.
If I could go back to Solar for a moment, when Solar said, "Hey, karma," maybe people will start making fun of you.
Yeah. This person's talking about a big black guy banging my wife, so and her desiring that. So if that makes you feel any better, Solar. Hey, put all of this in the next clip. By the way, show some context around this.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Dean Shock, member for 2 months, says, "Can you ask Mike to stop ruining his show with the VTuber? his voice is insufferable. Are you talking about Casey Day?
Oh, I don't know what VTuber means, but
yeah, the
Hey,
VTuber
listen.
people who use the filters and stuff.
I like Casey very much. He does some wacky things that I don't always know are happening, but he does a good job overall.
Well, unlike your other producer, you can trust him around children, so that's good.
Yes. And Casey knows that there's a show going on where Craig thinks we're just hanging out.
I come buckets, $2. Solar living rent free, haha, checkmate losers. Got us there. Rocco Orby 2002, $5 says Solar forgot the part where you guys are very insecure and you should touch grass or something like that. Yes, those are the other things you're supposed to say.
That is true.
Yep. Why don't you guys go out and touch grass? The Aussie guy coming in.
Ooh.
What is a blind mic? It must be the microphone Karl Gayberger uses. Coz who wants to have those teeth in their face. Am I right?
You said it, pal.
You got us there. That was, of course, the great Aaron Imholt. I wonder if he's going to join the class action lawsuit. Have you heard about this lawsuit that Joey C is working on
No.
against the super tip system?
Oh, okay, yes. I didn't realize Joey C was at the helm. But yes,
Oh, yeah. Joey C thinks he's owed tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, good.
For using his voice.
Could I get paid not only as Blind Mike, but also as the Beggy Monster? Could I be two people in this lawsuit?
Well, you accepted that $50 from Melton, so no.
Damn it. It was against my will. He just
Yeah, that was the problem right there. That's why he paid you off like that. It's like, you
Son of a
received
bitch.
payment. Oh, that's going to be worth millions. You're going to be like the guy who sold Bitcoin at a quarter a piece.
For my pizza, yeah.
Yeah, right. Fucking idiot.
The transgender art studio you helped me build faced a surprise inspection by NY State. Seems our Tampax machine is obsolete, so we are shut down until we get more donations from you to upgrade this.
I love it. I can see that happening too. The Tampax machine.
Well,
It's not the code.
The art studio is being worked on. Never fear.
Oh gosh, we have an update on the art studio today coming up. That's a little teaser, as we like to say in the business. But first, number one Kumia Cuck in our Discord turned me on to this. Now, we like to cover the Zero COVID Community subreddit.
Yeah.
And this is a subreddit of people who are mentally unwell, and they think that if they go out in public, they will die immediately or get long COVID, which is worse than dying immediately.
Sure.
And so they're constantly freaking out about people not wearing masks and people acting like they should just live their lives like 2020 didn't happen. And so this is people in Portland who are living their lives this way and posting on TikTok. They had a big fun field trip to a bowling alley. And they decided to do it masked up and protected. And they're going to report back to us on how this went.
Okay.
Fuck, the video's gone. It's been taken down. Are you kidding me? I just
What a
watched
setup.
this. I just watched this video right before we started this show, and she's taking it down.
Well, they're freaks at a bowling alley, if you're wondering.
So basically, I wonder if she took down the response video now too, because that's what I was setting this up to show this.
Damn it!
So I can show the response. You got to be kidding me! This just happened in the last hour. So they go in. They have 80 people. There's children. They make all of the employees wear masks, and they're going bowling, and they're showing these kids, and they're like interviewing this little girl. Who, did she have fun at the bowling alley? She's like, oh yeah, she had a lot of fun. And then her brother's like, oh yeah, you had fun.
Please help.
Yeah, you have no idea what anyone's saying. It's really funny. So this video went around to some different people, and she had to give a response to it. Let's see if I can get this to load. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, hi. I'm Amanda, and
hi.
I have a video going viral, so it's just on the horizon over there, where I'm going to end up on some right-wing nutbags blog again and get
Hey, that's this.
Yes, this is the right-wing. We should rename the show Right-Wing Nutjobs Blog. I think that we'd actually probably get some new viewers from that.
It's probably good for the algorithm.
Yeah,
no one knows
probably
who are
is.
these socials means.
Yeah, right. Doesn't make any sense. My stupid branding. Who cares?
But in the meanwhile, let's answer these questions. Okay, so there is no food, and there is
Okay, so the question that she's addressing right here is, this looks amazing. Just curious why no SIP valves, unless I heard that wrong. Now,
What terminology? This would be like finding a video of someone like still worried about Y2K.
Right. Yeah, right. Your computer might not ever work again. And all these systems are tied to it. So, do you know what a SIP valve is?
I can imagine. So they can drink through the mask?
Right. All right. So this is not even an angry question. It's just like, hey, just curious why there's no SIP valves at this
Oh, no, it
event.
seems like a legitimate... Anyone trolling her wouldn't know that term.
Right. I would think the same thing. And so she's taking this. Apparently, she's getting a lot of negative feedback. So she's responding to this in that way.
Oh, there is no food and there is no drinks allowed at any of the venues that we're talking about. Just a universal rule. So we wouldn't need SIP valves. But also, SIP valves require a DIY installation, and I'm not fucking around with it. I don't want to get into whether somebody did it right or not, we keep it simple. Everyone wears an N95 or a KN95. I have extra auras on me. If I'm seeing you and it's baggy, or it fell on the ground, or it looks a little worn,
I'll stab you.
I'll kill you before you can kill me.
I will murder you where you stand.
A dead person can't breathe their germs on me, so I'll take you down. Mike, you've heard this woman's voice.
Yeah.
And you've heard her general demeanor. What would you guess her weight might be? This is another, guess the video kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. See, based on you asking me that, I'm thinking a bigger woman, but I was actually thinking, frail.
Oh, no, she's 300 pounds.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's enormous.
All right.
She might have a comorbidity or two. I think one of the reasons why she might be afraid of COVID.
I'm going to ask you politely but firmly, here is a new mask. Please put it on. We would prefer that.
I can hear it now.
It's the same reason why, somebody yesterday was like, well, why don't you let the employees wear whatever mask they want? Because I don't know them. They're already not masking. So, do I think they're showing it up in an N95? No, I do not. This is simple. Everybody wears an N95. That's it. Everybody, it's just one note. It's simple. I don't want to get into whether SIP valves work or not. I don't give a shit. I keep things simple. Everybody masks. Which will lead to our second question about who can't mask. I will do that next. Because again, oh look, here it comes, me being doxxed. Yes.
Okay.
Being doxxed.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Amanda. I'm sure you'll be all right.
The arrogance is always amazing to me. I have friends that have a peanut allergy or a gluten allergy, shit like that. And they're always don't worry about because you always think are you able to eat it? And they're like, I'll find something. It's not a big deal. Please, leave me alone. Don't worry about it. Don't make it a thing that we have to center the whole evening around me. I don't want to even be noticed. It's amazing to me the balls to make everything about you and be like, excuse me, do you think I'm going to allow people to sip their beverage? Not on my watch.
Yeah. So they take over this bowling alley from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning or something. They force all of the employees to wear the masks that they brought for the employees to wear, and no one's allowed to have a sip of a beverage or any food. You ever been to a bowling alley without getting drunk and eating wings? It's impossible.
Yeah, why go?
It's impossible to do. I don't even understand the point of this.
Right.
So, a lot of fun, though. I guess they're having these different excursions. This wasn't the first one. Won't be the last. Where they're getting these people to do.
Glad they're finally getting out of the house.
2024. We're almost in 2025.
It really feels obviously Y2K is an extreme example, but it feels so long ago that we were having these conversations.
I will never forget March of 2020. I will never forget when people started predicting this is going to go on through 2021 into 2022. I said, no, it's not.
No.
Don't be ridiculous. This is silly. We're not doing this. And then we did.
But for the first 3 months, this wouldn't be a crazy video. This is a video the news was reacting to. You know what I mean? Everyone was talking, having this type of conversation, whatever side you were on. You were either arguing with this woman or you were for her. 4 years later, it's a straw man argument. It doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't. And it's, this video 4 years ago would have Will Ferrell in it.
Right.
Like, even the celebrities were getting involved. Like, yes, we have to wear N95s while bowling for an hour and a half with no food or beverages. Okay. All right, let's get an update on our favorite girl.
I fucked your mom. You're done. You're done. Uppercut, chicken and crackers. Wind it up. I'm gonna need you to put the ranch down.
As we've announced on the show, Baylen Dupri is the star of a new television show on TLC starting January 13th. Mike and I are going to do an after show after the pilot plays. So tune into this channel to see our reactions to Baylen's first episode. But this is the official trailer of Baylen's new show.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Tap that wiener. AMC. My name is Baylen, and I have Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's is a neurological involuntary disorder. Wind it up. It causes me to have sudden twitches, sounds, or movements.
They have her describing it's not like a doctor or anything. Like just
right, yes.
Just you're the expert. Go for it.
I want a normal life with my family and my boyfriend.
Baylen has one of the more severe cases of Tourette's syndrome.
As your dad, I have to make sure you're okay.
This is a point in my life where I have to struggle a little bit, so I'm going to push through and I'm going to do this.
Okay, this is the part that annoys me already. They're going to try to make this very sentimental and heartwarming, and the struggle she has. They're showing her put on a bicycle helmet, and they're going to let her ride her bike with her.
How do I strap this in?
Yeah, right, with her elbow pads and everything. Listen, that's great. I want to see her fall down off her bike because she has Tourette's, but I want to be able to laugh about it. I don't want it to be like a tearful moment.
Oh, it's going to be, the music's going to change. You already hear it in the trailer where it's very rom-com-y. It's, hey, Baylen's just having a wacky time. And then it's, stop. And the dad's like, what am I supposed to do? It's going to be a lot of that where we have sentimental, like,
oh, I hate it already. But
I just want to go to the grocery store.
I'm going to give it a chance. But
do this. I got invited to TitCon in Dallas, an event for kids who have Tourette's, but...
TitCon? I got invited to Giant TitsCon. Good, you should be there, Baylen.
Star of the show.
TitCon.
We know how flight goes. Mom, look at all the people in there. My tics can come from anything. I have a gun.
Okay, now that's fucking fun.
I do like, if you're just scrolling on your phone and that commercial comes on, like that's the moment you're like, wait, what is this?
She's at security of TSA going, I have a gun. She's pointing her finger like it's a gun and making little sounds like that's fucking hilarious.
TSA's like, I guess they're filming her, so it's probably all right, but...
Try to whisper it.
Baylen Out Loud. New series premieres January 13th at 9. See it first on TLC and stream next day on Max.
I do find it interesting that she can stop herself from saying the N-word. She has no problem not using that, but she has to talk about
there's never
a gun.
anything like really inappropriate,
right?
Or well, I mean, we'll see.
Well,
I will say, I guess yelling about murder on an airplane does kind of cross the line we're talking about.
Well, yeah, didn't she tell the story about how she got on the airplane and said we're all going to die and the plane's going to go down?
She certainly did.
She was screaming at it. People are looking at her like, oh, it's not a great omen, but okay.
Yeah, what I worry about is by reenacting this stuff, which it seems like she's doing, does that sort of devalue, like make it seem, if she's like going to places and reenacting stuff she's already said, you know what I mean? Like that's what that seems like, her being like, I have a gun to security or whatever. It feels like she's going to be reenacting stories she's already told on her TikTok.
Well, right. Even the scene, and we haven't watched it yet. I'm hoping it's a great show. I'm excited to see it. But even the scene where she's talking about how she got invited to TitCon.
Yes.
That wasn't the first time she told her family about this. They had to like recreate everyone in the kitchen. Now, Baylen, you're going to walk in and tell them about this thing you're going to go to.
And it's, are you worried about, making light of your situation? There's going to be like serious conversations, and that's what's going to be. It'll be fun. Like it will be fun, even the sappy parts. But
I got to say though, Baylen is trying to piss me off. Now, Baylen Dupri and I have been flirting for quite some time.
Yes,
I thought she was into me.
Karl was one of her ticks for a while,
right? And now look at what she's saying about my beloved Buffalo Bills.
Hello, everyone. Happy Giving Tuesday. Ball sack. That's bullshit. Fuck the Buffalo Bills. Balls.
Fuck the Buffalo Bills? Baylen, fuck you. Are you kidding me right now?
Before you blow your top, Karl, let me just say, this is more hair pulling on the playground. She's trying to get your attention.
All right. She's like,
You
Josh
two
Allen.
have been going back and forth like this.
Her new tick is Ellen is an MVP. Ellen is an MVP. Like, what? How could you say such a thing? Okay, but this is the other thing that I found wild. So this is from this month.
Yeah.
It's a newer video, and she's swearing again. Did she
yeah,
have to stop swearing just for the filming section of the TLC show? So it's all filmed now, and she go back to swearing?
It's possible, or maybe that'll be part of the show where she thought she overcame swearing, and then that nasty disease bit her again of curse words.
Yeah, and then the Bills beat whatever team she likes, and she's like, fuck the Buffalo Bills. Like, oh no, it's back again.
Wouldn't that be something if the whole show is centered around the Buffalo Bills?
I think it probably will be. Should be.
We can all make a difference to the Tourette and Tic community by supporting the Tourette Association of America. Their work and everything that they've done is so important to me because it's given me a community and family.
Oh, stop it. Your community is here on TikTok. Don't even start with me.
I'll give her credit in this way. It's hilarious to be promoting like a charity and going, good damn, fuck the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, of course. But it is on brand, so I'll give her that. Wow, Mike, you sent this over to me. We've talked about Trisha Paytas many times on this show.
Yeah.
Recently on SNL. And we between the two of us, cannot figure out who would be a fan of Trisha Paytas.
No, and I'm particularly interested because, like, on Why You Laughing, I always talk about, we say, like, coaching tree or, like, who your influences are. Like, there are certain guys you can tell. Like, he was definitely a fan of, Don Rickles or Rodney Dangerfield or something. And SNL has a lot of children they've spawned in comedy over the years, and it's no different with the newest viral TikTok star.
Okay, because Trisha Paytas, if you don't know her background, and I don't know it perfectly, but I'm pretty sure she was a drug addict and a prostitute, and then she got famous for doing mukbang videos as a fat, gross
that part I know. Yeah.
pig on the internet.
Yes.
And nothing about her life or her is intriguing to me. It's nothing I would ever aspire to have happen to me.
Well, the nice thing is, though, it's presented in an unlistenable package where she just yaps with no end in sight.
So let's find out who would be a fan of Trisha Paytas.
One of my favorite idols who does what I do, her name's Trisha Paytas. And
that's right. This is Demure herself, Jules.
Yes, Jules LeBron, who, by the way, I didn't send this one because it was too short to even be worth discussing, but she has started the thing that we talk about with John Cirasani and Solar and all these other people, where they're replying to comments, and she's like, I actually had 1 million followers before the Demure video. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. And by the way, if that's true, again, TikTok numbers are bullshit.
Right.
When I didn't have like any money or anything, I would watch her videos for hours because I felt like she was just like me. She didn't have a boyfriend, but I would just love her life because she had like all these nice things, and she had all these people that followed her, and I remember watching her and being like,
what a reason to respect someone.
Right. Well, she has nice things, and people follow her on social media. So,
and I thought that's how I want to live my life.
She spent hours watching Trisha Paytas videos. This will rot your brain. This is proof. This does rot your brain.
That's what I've heard people say it, and now it's been happening in my life with nieces and nephews and stuff like that, where kids I know are saying like smash the like button and shit like that. There's a generation led by this young whippersnapper, Jules LeBron.
Yep.
These youngsters are going to be very into Trisha Paytas and all these other influencers.
H3 and it's going to be a whole thing, unfortunately. Okay.
I remember watching her and being like, that's going to be me one day. One day I'm going to be just like that. And
imagine aspiring to be a overweight mukbang social media star.
With a little elbow grease and a lot of luck.
Gonna be
One
me
day
someday.
I can eat 60 chicken McNuggets.
This year, she had some major things happen for her. She was on Saturday Night Live. She's married now. She has 2 beautiful babies, and
she's getting emotional.
Like I see that, and I'm like, it's gonna be okay for me. I'm gonna be okay.
She's talking to her grandmother on the phone, by the way, which
Oh God, I didn't even realize.
Yes, everything about TikTok, it's just not good. None of this is good for you.
No.
You shouldn't be recording yourself talking to your grandmother and getting emotional about Trisha Paytas having a quick cameo on Saturday Night Live.
I would say you could have ended that sentence earlier. You shouldn't record conversations with your grandmother.
Right.
And think anyone is interested in them for any reason.
Yes. The only time a young person and an old person should be recorded having a conversation was between John and Kate. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it.
Like, I'm gonna be okay, and I didn't feel like that for a really long time. So I just feel so, just so blessed and grateful, and like, I see things like that, I'm like, it's gonna be okay, like, I'm gonna be fine.
Oh, Jesus. That is the first time, and that was 59 seconds, that Jules did not say Demir.
Oh, good point.
We're making progress, so that's
good. For
good.
you, Jules. You made it damn near a minute.
Very good.
Imagine if not only if I did this, like if I called my grandmother and was like, it just really inspires me. Like, Shane Gillis got fired from SNL, and look at him now. He's playing arenas. Like, he's the biggest comedian working. And I'm like tearing up. And then I post that to be like, guys, look at the art I've created. Look at me.
I mean, I used to do racist Japanese and Chinese impressions too, and I didn't think it could work out for people, but it can.
The world told him no. That's not how we say noodles, and he persevered.
That's fantastic. All right, I have another social media story I want to tell you about.
Okay.
There's this guy named Charles Smith, and Charles Smith. This by the way came in from Robo Shitstain MK9000 on the Discord. And Charles Smith is like this Instagram TikToker who is a prankster.
Okay.
And he likes to pull these different pranks. We're going to show you a couple of them right here. This first one is where he grabs some like bed bug spray, like bug killer spray, and he goes into Walmart and just sprays it all over the fruits and vegetables.
Nice.
And films himself.
I'm seeing it. This is wacky.
Poison all over
That's a
produce.
good prank.
Poison on produce.
Well, because you see, people might eat it and die.
Right.
That's what's funny.
So here he's showing his bed bug and flea spray, and now he's spraying on bananas and all over the vegetables, root vegetables, apples. And now he's going over to the chicken, spraying it on chicken. Okay, so that's what he's up to. That's one of his big viral videos. Nice. There's another video in the comments here, and this is where he's in a laundromat, and this guy puts his clothes in the dryer and then walks away. He's filming this guy walking away. So he's putting his clothes in, he's starting them up. He'll be back later. And now this guy walks over, and he thinks of an idea. He's got raw bacon in his socks. He pulls that out, throws that in the dryer, and he throws a dozen eggs.
Oh my.
Raw bacon and a dozen eggs in the dryer with this guy's clothes. And then he starts it back up and walks away. So that's probably going to ruin that guy's clothes, I would imagine.
We've lost... I've always had a great respect for words, and I think definitions very much matter.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost sight of a lot of words, but pranks...
Yes.
Like yes. A prank was, back in my day when Ashton Kutcher was banging, the prank would be you make this person believe that this maniac is throwing eggs and raw bacon in with his clothes. And it turns out the clothes are fine. Don't worry. Or they're going to pay for your new clothes or whatever. It's not a prank. You just ruined someone's day.
Yeah. You're actively trying to poison people, and you've just ruined someone's entire load of laundry. They're going to buy all new clothes now because of that. Well, I have an update on Charles Smith, and this is from the New York Post. Arizona villain Charles Smith arrested after filming himself spray bug killer pesticide on food inside Walmart.
Well, I'm glad law enforcement has stood with me on my staunch defense of words. This is not a prank.
A self-described Arizona social media villain was arrested after he filmed himself allegedly spraying bed bug killer on groceries inside a Walmart as he boasted to police about his prank videos. In the now deleted video, the influencer filmed himself wearing a black hoodie and pink bandana while spraying the toxin on bananas, acorn squash, potatoes, lemons, green apples, and Roma tomatoes at the store. Located
regular Tom Green, this guy.
I know, right?
Wacky prankster.
Generation doesn't understand what the joke is. So Smith identifies as an online troll.
Okay.
And he has more than 300,000 followers on TikTok. That's not really troll-like behavior, trying to kill people.
Again, this goes back to the Trisha Paytas, where people are fans of Trisha Paytas. There are kids out there that are like, what a great prank this is. He went into a laundromat and ruined someone's fucking day.
And by the way, this is an older guy who has to go to a laundromat. He's already not doing great in life. You know, right. This isn't like shooting the CEO of a healthcare company.
Well, here's where now I'm thinking, like, maybe I'm the old man, because the sentence that was just about to come out of my mouth, I was going to say, and think about the guy who owns a laundry machine.
You're right.
So maybe I'm the problem, but
that's going to be probably on the fritz for a while.
Yeah.
The troublemaker allegedly told police he makes between $6,000 and $10,000 per month filming his provocative prank videos. And Smith voluntarily turned himself over to police on December 21st. He faces charges of introducing a poison, which is a felony, as well as 3 misdemeanors that include criminal damage, endangerment, and theft. And I think he's facing like 5 to 20 years. I don't know if it says it in this article.
Yeah, but he pulled a really wacky prank when the cop showed up to arrest him. He punched one in the face.
That's good stuff.
It was another gag of his.
Yeah, it says suspects convicted of tampering with consumer products face up to 5 to 20 years in prison. And I got to imagine if you're the judge, you're just going to be like, yeah, this is the worst reason to do this for social media clout.
I hope so.
You'd want to throw the book at someone like that. I would think so.
Unless it's some young judge that's like, oh, I love those.
Oh, you're Charles? Hey, what's up, man?
How do you do that, Charles? What do you think of your next idea?
I love those. You're my favorite follow right there. Wow. Amazing. We do have some Woke Dad coming up and some Opie, but first...
Yay, Super Chats.
Let's get caught up. Also, I don't want to jinx it, but I think I fixed my internet issues I was having the last 2 weeks on this show. People were saying the videos were a little choppy and annoying.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank God, because that was really bumming me out. But I think we got it fixed now.
A Christmas miracle.
All right. Rucko or B, did I already put this one? Yeah, the touch grass. Okay. The ghost of Mr. P, Melton's chat friend, says, should Jenny use lube or spit because she's so old? Why can't it be both?
She mixes it up.
Rock Orby does do $2 says, this makes my little baby wiener throb with joy.
Nice.
I get it. And the ghost of Mr. P, Melton's chat friend. Karl, when you have family lost, can we clown it now, right? What the fuck are you saying, man? When you have family loss, can we clown it now, Rye? Okay.
I don't know.
Apparently this person doesn't like me and doesn't like spelling.
Nice.
Audiophile America, $10, says Karma is actually one of Solar's alters. He is a black guy who is hung like a wreath and has a thing for mom wives. Well, that explains it.
See, now it makes sense.
Gosh, we need to study up more on Solar.
It's too much to keep track of.
To understand all these things. All right, let's head over to my boy.
Ba, 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 ba.
Skunk fart.
babble, babble, babble.
Opie, of course, is on TikTok, and Opie knows how to use TikTok for pranks.
He's a prankster himself.
Yes, he's another prankster. So let's see, is he going to spill poison on some produce, or what's he going to get up to?
I appreciate what the Opester does is he keeps it, he knows there are certain things that are great for timeliness. Like sitcoms back in the day. Friends would have a Christmas episode every year, you know?
Right.
Opie's kind of like that, where he brings the seasons to the people.
Yes, and of course, there's no better place to celebrate Christmas than New York City. And so there's always tourists coming in to see the big tree and check out all the lights and various things. And Opie, he loves that because that's where his content comes from, the tourists. And I set that up perfectly, but then my thing's taking a minute to load.
Imagine Karl just said that.
Hold on. After I just said the internet's working, now it's telling me the site can't provide a secure connection. Hold on.
Now, Charles, this is a prank.
This is not happening.
Is that Frosty? It's Frosty. Hi, Frost. Sorry, did I ruin your picture? I'm sorry.
No problem.
It's very festive. Look at that. That's Frosty.
That's the whole video.
You might know better because you live in New York. Obviously, anytime if I've ever been in New York, it's driving distance from where I am.
Yep.
But like when you fly back into New York, do they typically warn you like, hey, watch out, the Opester is about? Like, hey, just so you know, if you're traveling to New York City, just be aware that Opie could be lurking.
There's signs in LaGuardia. So you are made aware of it. This prank video that was 14 seconds long, these people are getting their photo taken around Frosty the Snowman or whatever. And Opie's just screaming at them, and he doesn't get a reaction. He never gets a reaction out of people. Is there anything he wouldn't post? Because you would think you would do this to 4 dozen people and then post 2 or 3 of them where people reacted a certain way, and you're like, oh, that's funny.
Oh, that would be great. What Opie should do for us, if he cared about giving us content, what he should do is make a second TikTok called Opie's Cutting Room Floor.
Yeah, the outtakes.
Where we get to see all the things that didn't make it.
I don't think there are. That's my point. Because literally every single one of these videos he does where he pranks people in New York, they don't respond to him. They're just like, okay.
All it's really missing is ending with, like, the Opester gotcha. Like, it's
he needs a
catchphrase or something.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. You've been Opestered. All right, here's another one from Opie. And Opie's using the fisheye lens here. And he's got his schnoz in there, so his nose looks real big. He's played this character before. Okay. It's one of his go-tos.
I say happy holidays because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
And you have to admit, and I've heard you sorry. You've pushed back on me. It doesn't derail the point. Hearing him do that silly voice again doesn't derail what I'm about to say.
Please, go on.
You've pushed back on me because I've defended Opie before, and I've said he did have value on the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
And when you hear that, you think, like, how did they have such hot takes on that show? Like, hey, say Merry Christmas, damn it, in 2024. That was all Opie the whole time.
Can I just tell you the hashtags he has onto this video?
Oh, please.
So he has hashtagged Merry Christmas. He has hashtag Happy Holidays and hashtag Season Greetings. But in between Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays is hashtag Versus. VS.
VS?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
So he's saying Merry Christmas versus Happy Holidays, but he's hashtagging them each individually.
Well, that's for the people that are just looking for any type of wars online.
Right, yes. I just want to see something versus something else.
Yes. Two things being debated.
What a fucking idiot. Now, my main takeaway from this video, and I'm glad that you sent this over to me, Mike, because I bet you didn't pick up on this.
No.
He is making, because he's spinning around, he's making this video from his bathroom in his home on the beach in the Hamptons. It's definitely not the apartment in Manhattan.
Okay.
It's definitely first floor. You can see the windows there and everything. It's in his bathroom, which tells me he is hiding this from his wife and family. Because if he was the man of the house and like, yeah, I make a living doing TikTok and social media and I'm on YouTube, he's always hiding from the rest of the family. He's in the bathroom making this video so they can't see him doing this.
It is interesting. I don't know what Opie's wife's life is like. I don't want to. It's none of my business.
Right.
But from listening to the show, I kind of always assumed she didn't work.
Right. Oh, yeah. I assume that too.
So, like, their kids, but mom and dad are home again. Like, what are their lives
good
like?
point.
They're just
That's a
home
good
all
point.
the time?
That's a good point. When I started working from home during the pandemic, my wife got real annoyed with me because she used to have like Mondays and Tuesdays just to herself. And now I'm just fucking home all the time. I can't imagine if I had children, how annoyed they would be.
But also, if you weren't doing anything, like at least like you have to record a podcast or prepare for one or whatever.
Right.
Like Opie's not doing anything all day except going to the bathroom to make these 8-second videos.
Well, right. And the only thing that he does is before the kids get up, because he even talks about how he has to end the podcast to get the kids out of bed. So he's literally doing nothing all day.
Is Dad talking in the basement again? What's he doing?
No, it's so sad. Speaking of sadness, Rosie O'Donnell is on TikTok, as you know. And Rosie might be one of my favorite TikTok follows because we get to watch what happens to these old celebrities when they lose touch.
Yes. The TikTok for Rosie O'Donnell, TikTok is her jitterbug, where she just calls her friends every day. And I fed the squirrels again, and Donald Trump said something I'm very offended by.
Yep. And so she's going to be commenting on the news. They should get her back on The View. Who wouldn't want to watch Rosie talking about the squirrels?
I don't know if she, based on these TikToks, I don't know if she's still got it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think at all. That's why it'd be great. This might be fantastic. She's not presentable. She can't be on television anymore. But this is an interesting story that she's going to tell us.
Okay.
Now, P. Diddy was my neighbor on Star Island, and...
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
Whoa! All right, Rosie, I'm in.
You didn't know it was going to be a P. Diddy story, I bet.
There's no way this could let me down now, based on that intro.
Let's find out what she was up to at these freak-offs with P. Diddy.
Although I only met him once, he did invite me to his New Year's Eve party, which I believe everybody was wearing white, but we didn't know. And we had on like sweatpants, me and my family. And
hold on, a timeout right there. So she got invited to a I got to think New Year's Eve Diddy party is the craziest of them all. Right?
Sure, absolutely.
She got invited to the Diddy New Year's Eve party, and she wore sweatpants?
Well, that's just disrespectful. Like, even if it was it was a casual Saturday afternoon, if Diddy invites you over, imagine that there's going to be some sort of glitz and glamour to it.
Yes! You're a fucking celebrity. You're living in a very expensive neighborhood. You have a big house. Your other celebrity neighbor invites you over, and you wear sweatpants?
So I showed up in a messy T-shirt with a tomato sauce stain on it, and wouldn't you believe it, everyone was dressed nicer than me.
So I roll out of bed. I don't change out of my PJs. I just head over to Diddy's house to see what's doing over there.
These bastards were all dressed up.
What a lazy asshole. And I like that she goes, they were all wearing white. We didn't know about that. I don't think it would have mattered, Rosie. I don't think you would have worn appropriate attire either way.
No, if you wore a nice button-up shirt or something, for God's sake.
All right, but at least she's going to the party, so she's got to have a great story, right? If she's bringing this to TikTok.
my kids, and we took a picture with the Ciroc liquor bottle that was outside, that there was professional photographers.
Ciroc, you old bird. God damn it. Ciroc.
Also, yeah, I know. Also, it's funny that she's treating this like a tourist. It's like you live in the neighborhood. He's your neighbor. And you're taking photos. Okay, whatever. I don't know.
Rosie O'Donnell was like not as famous as but like
no, but
that's not crazy that they would know each other or have met.
No,
like, she's on that level of fame.
Rosie O'Donnell was in movies. She had her own TV show multiple times. She's very famous. She
shouldn't be like, so I wandered over there and I couldn't believe there were all these celebrities.
Yeah, she was never meant to be famous. She could not handle it. This is proof right here.
Some kind of vodka. And we didn't get in. They didn't let us in. The doormen were like looking at us. And we're like, I'm like, no, he invited me yesterday. I live right there. And my daughter saw him in the street and we talked and no, we couldn't come in. Well, the next day he...
Okay, first off, I have to say, this is a story that would have gone untold if this was my life. Imagine the Pete Diddy parties is the talk of 2024. Yeah. It's all anyone wants to talk about and learn more about who was there, what was happening. This is wild, right? And Rosie O'Donnell goes, oh, I was invited to one of those parties. He was my neighbor. I walked over to his house. Didn't let me in.
Oh, excuse me. There were many rapes going on over there? Well, I've got something that adds nothing to that conversation.
Yes, I'm going to add absolutely zero to this conversation. I wasn't even allowed in the door. The bouncers looked at this disgusting old hag and went, no.
You know what bums me out, too, is like, say what you want about Rosie O'Donnell. I know she's a divisive character. I'd never particularly liked anything she was the main part of. But she was great in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yes, she was very good.
She's one of the better recurring characters in the couple episodes she's in. And so I had a special place in my heart for Rosie for that reason. But this
I forgot about that. Yes. Her versus, what's his name?
Larry.
Larry, yes. I was going to say David. I'm like, that's not his name.
Larry David.
Larry David.
Called and he felt so bad that he rented out the Regal Cinema for me and my family to see any movie we want the entire day in any theater whenever we wanted, which was so unbelievably
sounds like a great guy.
That's a weird make good. So she doesn't get allowed into his party, and he goes, I'll tell you what, next movie you watch is on me. What?
The whole theater.
The whole theater. Like, no, that's fine. I can just go to a movie with my family.
Oh, don't worry about it. Hey, maybe next time I can come over. If not, no big deal. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars.
Honestly, yeah. If someone's like, I'll just run out an entire movie theater, I'd be like, I'd rather go to the Freak Off.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't need you to rent out a whole movie theater for me. I just love that Rosie, even when she was a celebrity on top of her game, was a loser. That's what the story is telling me.
Yeah.
Because she took him up on this.
The top and extraordinary, you know. I never spoke to him before or after that, and I'm just kind of in shock. It's very upsetting. And then they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Right.
This literally, she has become a yenta. Like this
Yes.
is. I didn't know. I knew Jeffrey Dahmer as the young man who lived next door and borrowed sugar from me. He seemed like a
Right.
lovely gentleman.
It would be as if they're at a bridge, playing cards with all the gals around the neighborhood and talking about various characters, gossip from the neighborhood. Oh, Billy's son got arrested. Oh, Billy's son. I think I talked to him at the grocery store once. Yeah, Billy's son.
Well, was Billy over there where all the rapes were happening?
How much lube did he have on him?
I'm going to be thinking about that the rest of my life.
Like you like mom and dad.
Oh, boy.
The fuck?
I don't know. So I guess someone else reposted that.
That
Mom
is
and
great.
daughter.
That she's the old, nosy neighbor of P. Diddy's neighborhood.
Yep.
And she spotted nothing, by the way.
She had
Justin
no
Bieber was
story.
getting molested.
She had nothing. She brought nothing to us. Thanks for absolutely nothing.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop,
making videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
Dan Alexander, Woke Dad, as we refer to him, still on TikTok, and he is feeling good. He's got some really good news to share with us.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, my workbench is full, right? Mugs that I made. There's more mugs in here. There's more stuff in here waiting to go in the kiln. I have a kiln. I have a vinyl piece that I just did right here that's for a gift for someone for Christmas. I'm creating. 42 years old, and I finally have a space.
This wasn't
art
for you,
studio.
dickhead.
This is crazy. And I have to say, Woke Dad, who has the woke.dad on TikTok, also posted this video that I saw. And he is in his art studio bragging that he has his own art studio, and then he catches himself. But this is crazy right here. He's been asking for donations for this because it was going to go for children who are disadvantaged, or whatever the terminology he uses to say brown kids who are gay. I don't know what the wording is right now.
Close enough.
Yeah. But yeah, listen to what he's saying now.
42 years old, and I finally have a space, an art studio. I dreamed my entire life about being able to teach kids art.
Oh, see that right there? I finally have my space, my art studio. And then he goes, I am going to teach kids in it. Oh, whoops.
Look at all the mugs I'm making, guys. Aren't
Yeah,
they
right.
great?
Everything in here he's created, and he's bragging about it. And then he caught himself there to say like, oh yeah, but it's for the kids. That's right. Okay.
It's like if George Steinbrenner was like, finally I made it as first baseman for the Yankees. It's like, well, you
right, yeah.
You're forcing yourself into here.
Yes.
It's not like you're good all of a sudden.
No, I'm the manager now. You didn't know that? It's like, yeah, but someone
They've decided that he's acting like some governing body was like, Daniel,
yeah,
your art is amazing. Daniel, we need you to keep making these mugs, please.
And also, remember, we just played on the last episode, this kiln was just gifted to him. Yes. Someone donated this piece of equipment to him that I assume cost thousands of dollars. And
he mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, and he's acting like this is like some amazing accomplishment. Like, if you handed me a home, I wouldn't be like, look at me, I own a home. Holy shit, can you believe that?
This is quickly going from like I made an art studio for underprivileged kids to I have a mug sweatshop.
Yes.
Where kids and I will be making these mugs every day.
We got a lot of orders coming in, kids. Let's go. Let's go.
And here I am, 42 years old, and I have a space that I can teach kids art, and they can come and be safe, and I can create too. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on your dreams. It's never too late. Sometimes this type of stuff takes a lot of work. I still am fighting tooth and nail every day to get the renovations done on this space. But this room is warm and heated. It's freezing cold outside. Another room is warm and heated. It's freezing cold outside. All of the wiring and the roof, all of the work it took me. My dream is real, so never give up on your dreams.
Right.
It's cold outside,
never
it's warm
give
inside.
up on your dreams.
So he's literally saying he's accomplished his dreams because he bought an old shitty house and was able to heat 2 of the rooms in it. He also owns a mobile coffee cart.
And with any luck, one day, all the rooms will be heated.
Right! Mike, this guy's not dreaming big enough, in my opinion, if he's taking a victory lap over this.
I'll tell you what signaled that for me was him being like, don't give up on your dreams. Not saying follow your dreams, like, hey, hey, kids, you probably always wanted to make a mug. And you thought, well, that's impossible for an old schmuck like me. A kid from the neighborhood, where am I ever going to make a mug? Well, here at Dan Alexander's art studio, any retard off the street can make a mug.
In fact, it's encouraged. We hope that you are mentally handicapped.
Ideally, yes.
So the name of his mobile coffee shop is Great Start Coffee Cart. And I thought of a great name for his new mug shop. Be called Smug Mugs.
I like that.
I think that would work.
Vertical integration, by the way.
Right.
He's like, hey, once they buy a mug, they're going to need something to put in it.
You're right. Wow, this is working out really well. And then when he has that ice cream thing that he pushes around in the summertime, he can put ice cream in a mug.
That's right.
For an upcharge, obviously.
I've started making spoons at my art studio.
This is crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, here's more woke dad.
So yesterday I went to Bisque Fire, one of my loads of pottery, and I'm sort of under a lot of stress because it's the holiday season and a lot of people are ordering things, and I was excited to get this Bisque load in there so I could get it glazed, and then
Hold on a second. A lot of people are ordering things. This has to be illegal, what he's doing.
It's a sweatshop for mugs.
He's now profiting off of a charity that he was raising money for on 2 different GoFundMes. And there's a third GoFundMe, but the 2 different GoFundMes are just for this art studio. And now he's taking orders?
And there's been neither hide nor hair of a child in this place.
No. And this person donated their kiln to him, and he's just profiting off of it? Are they getting a percentage?
It was a donation.
And then I'd have a lot of things for people to be able to purchase. And right away, my old kiln, my 1976 old kiln, decided not to work. It threw off one spark, and then it was done. And it ended up being one of the switches. And it was so frustrating because the switch that I was doing, the switch that broke, it was a brand new switch. And they aren't cheap.
It's
and
like
I just
smashing
replaced
Mozart's
it.
piano.
Right.
Why take that gift away from us?
What an asshole. And he's already complaining about the part not being cheap. He's like, so I'm going to need even more money to that GoFundMe, guys.
That's the undertone. I don't think he directly gets to it, but the undertone of this video is like, guys, stuff's only getting more expensive.
We're not there yet, everyone.
And obviously something went wrong. So I don't know what that was, but I just sort of rolled with it. I have a brand new, smaller kiln, and I put everything in there and loaded it and got it going. And unfortunately, I was only able to fit 6 pieces in there, but they all came out amazing. So I just sort of rolled with the punches. And it sort of reminded me of something that somebody asked me the other day, how I was so resilient. And
Come on, Dan. Are you trying to help us out now? Come on.
You know, it's the damnedest thing. Someone walked up to me off the street and said, Daniel, how do you do it?
How are you so resilient? How do you overcome every barrier? How do you leap over every barrier that gets in your way?
You just keep going, no matter what's put in front of you, Daniel. You just power through. It's unbelievable.
I have a new theory.
What's that?
Does this guy have imaginary friends?
There's an element of like schizophrenia to what he's doing at this point.
Right.
Where it's like, you do have to ask. That's a good question because at a certain point you do have to ask, like, is he making these things up? Or does he believe these is he like John Nash in A Beautiful Mind?
Yes.
Where he thinks these things are happening.
It could be the latter because you wouldn't go on like this for this long.
Right.
Especially when we've all figured it out. And there's a whole other channel dedicated to all your lies and stuff. But okay.
And the reality is, sometimes in life things just go wrong. And I'm not resilient because I'm some type of special person. I'm just sort of positive about life.
Hey,
I've
enough
had
of that
go
rumor
wrong.
going around.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
all this buzz about me being super special. I'm going to nip that right now. Stop it.
You know, Mike, it's funny you say that. The other day, I was talking to this guy, and he's just like, Karl, you're so amazing at everything you do. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, there's other people who do good stuff, too.
I said
That's
enough.
not-
Come
Yeah, I
on.
mean, come
man.
on.
Hey, teachers, doctors, those are the real heroes.
Yes,
in our
I was trying. I'm like, I'm just a podcaster. Am I doing it better than most people? Yes, of course I am. But there's so many other people who are doing great work. Let's not forget about them. What a fucking asshole he is.
But if I could put it to one word, it would be resilient. That's where you nailed it.
Where I know that if you have failures enough, sometimes things are going to go very right. And you're going to have beautiful things happen. So, resilience is not a weakness. Going through tough times is something that everybody goes through.
Resilience is not a weakness?
Daniel
I'm
thought these
learning
people
new
were
things.
trolling him.
Why are you so resilient? Fake, fuck you, asshole. Oh, he looked up resilient. He's like, oh, actually, that's a positive thing. Okay. My bad.
Heroic, savior. These are not
Right.
bad qualities. Just remember that, folks.
Surviving it is amazing. Just be you. Love the person you are. Roll with the punches sometimes. Not everything's going to go right. Eventually, I'll get a new, bigger kiln so that I don't have to keep fixing the old, bigger kiln.
Hint, hint.
What an asshole. He was just gifted this kiln. He was over the moon about it a week ago. And now he's going, I mean, I can only do 6 pieces at a time. Orders are coming in. So this isn't good enough, but...
Am I
we'll get
winking
something else.
hard enough to the camera? Do you folks see what I'm suggesting?
Jesus.
But until then, I have a new, smaller kiln, and I'm thankful for what I have. Hope you have a great day.
Wow, that wasn't even a day you deserve.
Resilience, fortitude. These aren't as negative as the media wants you to believe.
No, what does he think he... Guys, it's okay to be resilient in life. Yeah, no, I know. That's why we're talking, right?
Despite what listen, I don't agree with Donald Trump on a lot, but where he's right is the mainstream media has poisoned people into thinking that resilience is a negative quality.
Let's see here.
Yay, super chats.
The ghost of Mr. P, $2. Karl, your missus looks like a broke and older rosary.
Wait, rosary? I don't know what that... Isn't that a necklace?
I think he means Rosie, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
I don't speak tard. Okay. Not VTL, $2. Hear me out. Woke versus Woke Point, SJ and Daniel. So you want to do a show that's dedicated to Dan Alexander and Stuttering John?
The problem is, I think we play a lot of the best Daniel. Like the stuff, for example, the stuff we skipped this week, it's videos of him just railing against Trump. Same old shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we get it, Dan. You didn't vote for Trump. You're not thrilled. And he's going to, I don't know, murder your children or something
I don't know if you
that.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Karl. Here's what we could get into on Woke Point Dabble, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, right.
He also doesn't care for this Elon Musk guy.
Oh, really?
You believe it?
I don't know a lot of liberals. Like, oh, wait, actually, no, it's every single.
Yeah, he doesn't think he's any good, this Elon.
Go figure. Okay.
I went to Walmart and saw a white guy with a Confederate flag running down the aisle yelling the N-word. I stopped and talked to him, and now he voted for Kamala. I love black cock. Blind Mike, call me.
That is, I think he's told that exact story before. Thanks, Karl's Frosted Tips.
Yeah, he's in reruns now.
Right.
Woke Dad, I sent you some dick pics. I can't see them so they could be my thumb. I also love the Yankees.
That was you, Mike.
I would know.
For people who are listening, that was a super tip. That wasn't actually Mike Geary talking about sending dick pics to Woke Dad.
Yeah, I suppose it could be my thumb. That's why I'm getting
Hey, Karl,
positive feedback.
you should come over to my art studio. I'll make you your own mug, and you can watch me apply my special hot glazing all over it.
Oh, that sounds sexual.
How long before it turns into that, where there's some major sex scandal happening in the art studio?
Oh, no. Could you? Oh, I don't want to even think about that. All right. This is coming from Woke Dad's channel. And I feel like we played this one before. I was talking to Mike before the show started.
So I have no memory of it, and it stood out to me. I feel like I would remember it.
So I might have played this with Drew. I do cover Woke Dad on other shows. So let's check it out. Tell us in the chat if this sounds familiar to you. This is a wild one.
As a 12-year-old boy, I went to an event with a family friend who was also a minister, and it was the first event I'd ever gotten to go with him, just me and him, and I was so excited. It was going to be so fun. And I got home, and my mom always wondered why I was so defeated, why I was so sad. And I never told her, but
doesn't it sound like he's leading to getting molested?
For him in his car.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what you would think. That's where your mind goes.
Would you believe a Catholic priest? You guys are probably ahead of me. This is what this priest did to me.
Yep.
That made him so angry that he decided to lay hands on me. Do you want to know what I did? It was a cold winter day. The windshield had fogged. And in the fog of that windshield, I wrote, "Jesus loves me." He was upset because he had to wash his windshield, so he made me get out of the car, and he slapped me across the face. 6 years later, that same man showed up to my high school graduation party in front of all my friends, in front of my family. He kissed me right on the lips. And in that moment, he spewed such vile homophobia. I can't repeat any of it because it was
What did the crowd do?
Yeah. Ow! Let's go! Yeah! Get a room! Vile homophobia coming from this guy who just kissed the other man on the lips. That's not the right time to start calling someone gay when you're the one initiating kisses on the lips.
He's acting like this priest hid his abuse of me. He smacked me in the face years ago. And then what he hid behind was making out with me in public. You don't think that would be much more alarming to people?
Yeah, this story does not make any sense at all. Dan's not that old a guy. I mean, all these scandals were already out in the open at this point.
Oh, true. That's a good point, too.
Yeah.
I can't repeat any of it because it was so horrific, but if I can give you the gist, he always knew that I was gay and that I liked that stuff, and he wanted to prove to everyone I ever cared about that I was sinning in the eyes of God. Here's the thing. Most of my friends were part of the LGBTQI community, They walked away and
That's the part that I couldn't believe right there. Most of his friends are gay and trans, and this is his high school graduation. I didn't know any gay and trans people in high school. I'm not much older than he is. It sounds wild to me.
You're cutting him off before he says, but I ain't like those queers. It's literally what he's getting to, where he's like,
yes,
listen,
yeah,
I know pole smokers like nobody's business, and I ain't one of them.
Most of his friends, he had a Catholic upbringing. Most of his friends are part of the LGBTQI plus community.
Sure. They were all every 42-year-old. You were all friends with trans.
Right.
Schools were running rampant with them.
Most of my friends were part of the LGBTQI community. They walked away in disgust, but I'm just your average, everyday, cis, straight, white dude.
Gross.
I walked away as well, but I walked away to the sound of my family members laughing because they thought that was funny.
Daniel's gay.
You ever wonder why?
Daniel's gay.
Justice, it's because bullies...
Hey, did your pants move while he was kissing you? I think I saw that.
No one's like, hey, that's odd behavior.
Yeah. No one's like,
pastor?
Dude, this guy should get the fuck out of here. That was really weird that he would do that. It's like, that was a pretty good prank. They're high-fiving the guy.
Now let me show you this Charles Smith video.
Yeah, you got him good.
Why I stand up to injustice, it's because bullies deserve to be stood up to. Not just everyday average bullies, but also those who bully in the name of God.
Okay.
Powerful stuff.
Bullying in the name of God. He humiliated me to make God chuckle. I don't appreciate that.
That's not bullying, by the way. That's that's bizarre behavior. If that's
it
a
didn't
true
happen.
story.
No, it didn't happen. That wouldn't happen. It doesn't make any sense.
But to encapsulate that as bullying, like more classic bully behavior, you know?
Hey,
he
Dan,
knocked my books out of my hands.
Right. Hey, Dan, you know how I know you're gay? Because your dick is in my mouth right now. Oh, see? Look how gay you are. Oh, even your balls are there. It's like, that's not a prank anyone has ever pulled before. It's stupid.
This is the one priest that did his molesting out in the open, and everyone cheered
Right.
him on.
Yes. You be you. All right, we got one more video here.
Come here, I have a secret. A random stranger on the internet's always going to be braver on the internet than they are if you see them in real life. And I proved that today because I came across some content that was of one of my customers. And wow, was I surprised by it. It was...
Okay, he came across content that was one of his customers. This guy is a cyber stalker. He's brought this up before, too. He is creeping on people that he knows from his coffee shop or the neighborhood or something.
Yeah, because that was my first reaction, is a customer. It's not you're not saying like a regular who I talk to and I've gotten to know, he's become kind of a friend. Like just a guy that bought coffee, you found him on social media?
You came across his video on social media? Why?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
It was so anti-trans and transphobic. And then I looked through the comments and I realized that all of the comments were him and one of his friends talking back and forth about what they would do if one of their kids said that they were trans and what...
This doesn't happen on social media.
Oh, come on. It's typical. It is classic Facebook.
If my kid wants to cut his dick off, I'll cut his dick off immediately. I'll show him how to cut a dick off. Oh, yeah? Well, if my kid wants to cut his dick off, what I'll do is... I've never seen this conversation happening on social media.
I like the idea, the little bar on Facebook that asks you what mood you're in or whatever the fuck it says.
Right, yeah.
It's like, hey, y'all, what would you do if one of these creeps was in your presence?
What they would do if they came across one of those trans kids or one of those parents to one of those trans kids, and it was bad.
One example, Dan. This is the thing that's so annoying about him. He's just like, and they were saying the most vile stuff, and it was so bad. It's like, I don't know that your definition of vile is the same as mine. Can you just give me one example so I can kind of understand what we're talking about here?
You just said it was bad. Isn't that enough for you?
No, I doubt it was bad, and I doubt it even happened.
So when he showed up for coffee today, I started a little conversation with him, just friendly conversation. And in that conversation, I started to talk to him about how proud I am of my son. How much
Come into
my
my web,
means to
said
me.
the spider.
Not only that, but how willing I am to fight for his rights. You know, I'm at least partially responsible for the trans safe haven bill in the state of New York.
Could you Could you imagine? You have to be polite to this asshole who comes in and tells you about their trans son all the time, and how proud he is. You're like, oh, no, that's great. Oh, I'm glad he's doing well. That's awesome. No, that's really good. We're still talking about this. Huh? Okay, yeah, no, you're a pretty special guy.
All right. Did you see the Bills game? Oh, no, we're still on the trans.
Can we talk about anything else, please?
He should mention that trans safe haven bill. That's pretty interesting. I think he should bring it up more in conversation.
According to Woke Dad, who is record lover in our Discord, because it says the text right on here, it says he had nothing to do with any bill in New York. He's a liar.
What? But he mentions it so often.
I wouldn't be surprised if he traveled to Albany on the day that it was signed into law.
Oh, right, yeah. He wouldn't miss one of those. It's like it's like you with a Ween show. He wouldn't,
right,
he
yes,
wouldn't miss
of course.
one if
It's an event. Yeah. That would make a lot of sense. But I don't think that the politicians were like hemming and hawing until they heard what he had to say about it. They're like, all right, Dan, you're making some good points. We're going to sign this into law.
And it is the shoe fits on TikTok that has reasoned with us.
Yeah.
And made us understand.
New York tends to be a pretty liberal state, so I don't think it was his doing.
And you know what he did? When he heard all of that, as he was gritting his teeth, as he heard me tell this story, he said, well, I guess it sounds like you have a son that you love very much. He's got to be a lucky kid.
That piece of shit, he said that?
I like that he's like gritting his teeth and going, I don't want to say this, but I have to because you're such an amazing father. Great job on your parenting skills, damn it.
Oh, it burns me up what a good dad you are.
Also, Record Lover's making another good point on the text on the screen that he has over this video. All the time when someone asks him a question, he shows the question that he's responding to. Why not have a screenshot of this comment section he was talking about earlier, where these people are going back and forth about what they would do with their trans kid or a parent of a trans kid?
Oh, it's too much. It's too bad.
Well, wouldn't that illustrate the point better so we understand what's going on?
But it's so vile that he couldn't even show.
I just need some evidence here, just a little bit.
And then he drove off because somebody had never put a face to the trans community in front of that man. Happens a lot.
That poor guy, I've been there where you leave a situation. He was probably banging his steering wheel where you're like, what I should have said is your kid's a mutant. Damn, how did
I not think of that?
God damn it.
Passing fear and hatred across the internet without actually having any connection with the real world. And I gave him a connection to the real world. A connection that he couldn't deny. A father that loves his son more than anything and would be willing to do anything to protect him. Random strangers on the internet, well, they're going to happen. They're going to say hateful and hurtful things, but it's going to be really rare for them.
Could you imagine? So these guys are going back and forth about how horrible having a trans kid is and how horrible trans kids are. And could you imagine, this guy who makes you coffee a couple times a week walks over to you and just goes, hey, man, I got a trans kid. It's fucking annoying as hell. It sucks. I mean, I saw you guys going back and forth. You don't even know the half of it. These kids, they need so much fucking attention. It's nonstop. Which bathroom do I use at school, Dad? I went to this one bathroom. They told me not to go into that bathroom, Dad. It's like, whatever.
I know we both get coffee at the same place, so I feel comfortable saying this to you.
Yes.
But I like that this guy, not just a bigot, but like vocally for all of his friends
on
and
social
family
media,
to see
right?
online.
Yeah.
He's burning up with rage. But when he meets Daniel Alexander, he's like, I may hate everything you represent, but I'll be goddamned if you're not the finest father I've ever laid eyes on.
I just realized something. We have to make this happen. I might have some connections to help this happen. I want Daniel Alexander to talk to Anthony Cumia and have Anthony do an about face where he goes on his show. He just goes, you know what? Black people aren't the problem. I don't know why I've been thinking that all these years. I talked to this fine gentleman in upstate New York who really set me straight on this.
If people had to start muting Anthony on Twitter for the opposite reasons. Like,
right, yeah.
We get it, Anthony. We're all equal. We understand.
Yes. We're all part of the same race, the human race, all right? Stop posting that. We got
enough.
Because if this guy's as good as he says he is,
he has that power. Yeah.
Yes. I wanted to talk to Missy B about the Jews. I wanted to talk to Anthony about black people.
Please.
Let's fix these problems we have, Dad. All right, I'll see what I can do.
So much, yeah.
to say the same thing to your face. Stand.
I'm inviting him to DabbleCon 3.
Oh, good.
And that's
and
it.
they could present an award together, Anthony and Wolf.
Yes.
Stand up. Injustice is everywhere. And injustice in society anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Right.
We all have to do our part to change that.
And I did, because a guy that buys coffee from me was polite.
What a made-up story. Okay, I do have one more video that Record Lover posted, another Woke Dad video, because this, again, is a made-up story, and Record Lover has an overlay that explains that. Okay. But check this out.
I'm sitting here cleaning off mugs, just getting them ready for the kiln, cleaning off the bottoms so they don't stick to the shelves. And I saw a video on here about a Florida teacher, a 5th grade teacher who was arrested for showing a Disney movie to her students. And the whole reason she was arrested was because there was gay representation in this movie.
Okay. This is the world that Dan lives in, okay? Did you just hear what just happened? A teacher in Florida was arrested for showing a Disney movie to a 5th grade class.
Here's how like gullible not gullible, but like I saw this on Daniel's feed, and I was like, I'm sure Daniel is twisting something, but like I don't have all the information. And now that I'm hearing the video for the second time, I'm like, there's no way this happened.
There's no way. So this, according to Record Lover, Woke.Dad, it says this happened 2 years ago. No one was arrested. She was investigated because she didn't follow proper protocol. Dan is lying again. The defamatory statements are adding up, Dan. But to say that a teacher was arrested for showing a video, I feel like that would make big news. I would have heard about that.
I would have thought so too, but I was like, I guess I just didn't think enough to look into it. Which shame. Good job by Woke.Dad.
Yeah, could you imagine you're showing a Disney movie and the cops come in there and they raid your classroom? This didn't happen.
This better be Moana.
Honestly, it wasn't a movie I'd ever even heard of either. It was called A Strange World, I think. So the first thing I did was stop what I was doing and go watch it with my kids.
Wow. Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful stuff.
Hey, arrest me, pigs. So that's what Daniel says.
This teacher was showing it to a 5th grade class, and then he makes his kids who are in high school watch this movie. They're like,
oh, that's a good point.
Dad, I don't want to watch this. It's a Disney movie for kids. What are we doing?
Mom comes home. Hey, what are you kids watching? Oh, Dad's on a power trip again.
Yes.
Just to show us how great he is.
Go watch it with my kids, because if it's banned in Florida, it's got to be worth watching. And to be honest, it was banned, or this teacher got arrested anyways, because there was gay representation. There was a young boy who was attracted to another young boy. Nothing explicit about it, just showing that he's a...
Can I ask, though, he said it's banned in Florida, so it's got to be worth watching. Where does he come up with that hypothesis? What's the other example of, like, I mean, I've watched all the other movies banned in Florida, and I got to tell you, Oscar-worthy.
I get every book that teaches young prepubescent children how to masturbate, because if that's banned from the library in elementary school, then I want to be reading it.
It's one heck of a read, though.
Yes. Fucking ridiculous, man.
Attracted to another young boy. And I sat there thinking about it for a second, and it's wild to me. Like, I understand the dynamic of Florida is kind of crazy, but the reality here is if you're a person who thinks that gay representation is going to turn your kids gay, if you think that representation of another sexuality...
And here comes the straw man argument. So he starts with a thing that didn't happen, that doesn't exist, and now he goes into, and you know what these people think? They think just seeing a gay kid in a movie is going to turn them gay and their kids gay. And that's why they're doing this. Just like, okay, no, the premise that you started off with is incorrect, which makes this ridiculous.
Oh, so you think we should kill all kids unless they're super hetero? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think that's what the law says in Florida. That's why I moved there.
It's going to turn your kids to that sexuality. Then how do you justify any gay kids even existing in a world where most of the representation is straight representation?
Okay, I'll say this. A 5th grade class should have 0 gay kids. Right? No one's straight or gay. Like there shouldn't be anything sexual orientation going on at this point.
Listen, if all these straight kids are going to be allowed to fuck in class.
I know. Like, what is he talking about?
That's a point you always forget in these arguments, where it's like they're children. We shouldn't be
children.
celebrating sex at that age.
They're prepubescent children. They're not thinking about who they want to fuck at all. It's not
And if
entering
they
their
are,
mind.
let them go to town. The teachers shouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
I can't wait for your answers in the comment section because your logic doesn't logic to me.
Good one, Dan. Powerful stuff.
It really was.
Thank
He always
you.
drives it home with his last catchphrase.
Thank you, Woke Dad, a.k.a. Record Lover, for finding these. Not VTL says, so he was the one with the idea, woke versus woke point, SJ and Daniel. He says, no, he wants them to host a show together. Okay. That I could get behind. That we can get John out of retirement for, I think.
It would be so great. That really happened to you?
Oh, yeah. He'd believe everything. And he'd be like, yeah, did you hear about this teacher who was arrested in Florida for showing a Disney movie? You got to be fucking kidding me. Florida's out of control.
Typical.
Yep.
That's
I knew
what
it.
they do.
That's why I moved here, so I could vote Democrat and try to flip the state. I come buckets $2. Just pranked my neighbor and unalived their dogs. Pretty good prank.
You son of an onion, you.
I would like to feed my neighbor's dog poison, but Cool Cut Casting $2. Kicking up my points to the Godfathers of the Dabbleverse. Thank you.
Thank you
very much, Cool Cut Casting. We appreciate that. We also appreciate Karl's Frosted Tips coming in again.
I was at Target and 3 blacks were being arrested for stealing. I stopped the cops and they let them go. I changed their views. I then got fucked in the ass by all 3 Newports.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Good for you. What a day.
I didn't see that twist coming.
Yeah, what a fun day that was for Dan. Anonymous $5 says, I imagine Woke Dad school bullies screaming out, Daniel and the minister sitting in a tree, KISSING. Now that's funny.
Hey, guys, you think Daniel's gay? Not the minister for some reason, just Daniel.
Not the guy who's initiating this, this gay romance. No, just him. All right, Mike, you want to hear some voicemails and get out of here?
Absolutely.
I do as well. But first, Jay Loiter coming in with $5. I just realized the playback is fixed. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, fellas. FSJ. Yes, Jay Loiter, I figured it out. Woo. I had a faulty Google Chrome, it turned out. Who'd have thunk that would be the reason why it does happen, apparently.
I've got a quick one for Who Are These Socials, but first I would like everyone to go to thecreepoff.com and vote for Karl.
Yes.
It's just about the latest bonus episode where you carry on with Blind Mike going through Julia Fox's horrendous and vacuous audiobook. She not only looks, but she actually sounds like her pussy stinks, which I think is a first. And if you Google image search her, it's remarkable. The more effort she puts in, the more she just looks like some kind of weird drag queen sort of variant. She really is a very interesting specimen, but her book is dreadful. Thanks a lot, boys. Really enjoy it.
She does sound like her pussy stinks. It's a good observation.
I can understand that, I suppose.
I'm mad at myself for not having that in my notes. Thank you, Boner Guy. Rocco Orby 2002 $5 says, Stuttering John calling someone a pussy boy in front of Woke Dad would be epic.
Oh, yeah. I think about that a lot when John talks politics, is he lines up, his actions line up with no liberal values.
No,
whatsoever.
not even close. I know, and Richard Ojeda just has to sit there and be like, So anyway, and then Trump said, it's great.
Hey, Carl, it's for Who Are These Socials? Just calling up to correct you once again. Talking about that crazy bitch that can't go get a job because she's afraid she'll get sick, or can't stay at home because she's afraid she'll get sick from her dad. And you said she has to be bedridden. I'd like to point out that's not true. Rope isn't expensive. She can always take a nice trip to Greenland.
Oh boy.
All right, shoot.
All right. Well, we don't want that to happen.
No.
We do enjoy staring at mentally ill people, but we hope that they get help.
Absolutely.
The help they need.
Yes.
You club-footed motherfucker.
Whoa.
So I'm just watching the football game today, and there's a commercial for Baylen Out Loud.
Yes.
With our friend with the Tourette's nonsense, the fake nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
New series, Monday, January 13th at 9 Eastern on TLC, and the next day on Max. So be on the lookout.
Boy, they really think this thing's going to cast a wide net if they're advertising during football.
I haven't seen an ad during I haven't seen an ad on television. I'm surprised that'd be on during a football game.
Interesting.
But yes, January 13th, tune into this station as soon as that is over, because Mike and I will have our reaction after show.
Yes.
To discuss everything that we had just seen.
It's very exciting.
I got to figure out how we're going to do that. I'd want to play clips and stuff, you would think, right? Is that legal?
Yeah. We'll probably get taken down.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll think about
copyright
it.
claimed
We'll
or
figure it
whatever.
out. But watch the show and then watch us. We'll be discussing it, and I'm sure all of you will be discussing it with us as well.
Yeah.
This is KFT. This message is for Who Are These Socials, specifically Woke Dad. Daniel, please stop. Just stop with the fucking lies already. You absolutely positively did not watch a guy melt down over Santa. You absolutely positively did not watch a guy rip the Trump flag off some dude's truck, stop, salute a flag, and leave. It just didn't happen because it would not have ended well for that guy, whether he was a veteran or not. Just stop with the fucking lies already. We get it. We know you're in the closet. Come out, suck a dick, and enjoy life.
Nobody said.
Bye.
He said it all happened.
So your thought is that he wouldn't be lying about these stories?
Why would he? You can't just lie like that with no repercussions. Someone would be like, this guy's lying, and I'm not hearing that rebuttal, so.
Well, that guy just said it, and I've said it a few times. And Record Lover says
Witnesses would step forward and say,
Drew
it's not what
Lane says it. I do think that if you have a Trump flag, even in central New York, if you have a Trump flag on your truck, you're ready to get into an argument with someone. Like, you would just sit there and, someone tears it down, you'd be like, whoa, buddy.
God.
Yeah, you would just be like, hey, what's this all about?
A true alpha has emerged, unlike me, who's a phony.
Yeah. There are some vehicles in my area that I've seen driving around the city that are done up with Trump shit. It's crazy the stuff they're driving around in. And I know they want to get into a fight. They're driving for very liberal neighborhoods, waiting for someone to be like, hey, fuck Trump. They're ready to beat the shit out of someone.
That's a good point, because at first I would say, like, well, that's not true of all Trump supporters or whatever. But at this point, those people know the reaction they're going to get. So they're just fucking waiting for the day someone says something.
Well, yeah, I mean, most Trump supporters don't have a flag on their car.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So if you're doing that, if you're taking that kind of effort, you're looking to get into some discussions with people at the very least. Yeah. All right, one more voicemail.
Hey, this is for Who Are These Socials. Listening to the Black Santa episode and the whole woke dad, black temper tantrum thing. Anyway, well, the reason we say Santa is white is because Santa leaves gifts in your house. He doesn't take gifts from your house.
Oh, boy.
The little tip of the day, just so you know. Mike, love you, love the show. Bye.
Well, you turned me around at the end. I don't care for the sentiment, but I appreciate the overall message.
Remember earlier when someone was saying that far right podcasts or blogs were going to be picking up on?
That's right.
Apparently, that's what we
Here
are.
we
now.
are.
Carl's Frosted Tips $2. We are looking for a fight. Yes, I knew it. Carl's Frosted Tips.
See,
I had a feeling. There's only one reason why you'd wear a MAGA hat.
Right.
That's because you're looking for trouble. You know where you won't find any trouble is blindmike.net. All you'll find is links to amazing content.
That's right. And every Sunday, except for maybe this Sunday, we haven't decided yet, but keep an eye out. But every Sunday at 10 a.m., Blind Mike Project is live. And Why You Laughing comes out every Wednesday night on YouTube. Next episode we've got is comics to watch. People maybe you've not heard of that I'm recommending to you. So if you're looking for lesser-known stand-up comics, check out that episode. We're going to be talking Greg Giraldo soon and a bunch of other stuff to look forward to. So go to blindmike.net. Subscribe for as little as $5 a month to get early access and bonus episodes. And and we're coming to the end of Quincy. So get in while the getting's good, folks. You don't have much longer left, you Clug maniacs out there. So come watch with us every Tuesday afternoon. And that's it. blindmike.net. Thank you.
Very good. And of course, patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts is where you can go to support Who Are These Podcasts and also get 2 bonus episodes every single month. I did a crossover with Mike earlier this month where we checked out more of Julia Fox's book. And then on New Year's Eve, we'll be checking in on Stuttering John in 2018. a new series we have called Living in the Past with Stuttering John. We go back to his podcast before the Dabbleverse existed, and we listen to it and review it through the lens of 2024 and everything that's happened to John and this whole stupid podcasting saga since all of this has happened. It's fascinating.
I noticed back then it seemed like John had a bit of an ego on him.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you guys
was hot
caught that or
shit.
not. Yeah,
he was hot shit back in 2018 before there was 1,000 people telling him he sucked on a daily basis. So that's a lot of fun. We appreciate the support on Patreon. You can also gift Patreon memberships now. So if you know someone who needs more Karl in their life, and don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.com/hear these podcasts and gift memberships. Also, Hackamania, Hackamania.com. Back to the hack, Hackamania 2. It's going to be bigger and better than last year. We have all the podcasts are coming back again. Biggest problem in the universe. Who are these podcasts? Nobody likes onions. The Creep Off. Tukey Soup is going to be there. Cardiff and OJ are going to be there. And we're probably going to do this little piggy from there. So you can watch all the live podcasts and hang out with us idiots in Las Vegas for a weekend. It was a blast last time. It was a lot of fun. And this year is going to be better because it's all self-contained into one casino hotel. The shows are there. We're all staying there.
I was going to say, you don't want to be walking around Fremont Street late at night. It is a nightmare.
Well, Fremont Street's okay. You don't want to get too far away from there.
Nightmare's the wrong word. It
Yeah.
could be fun if you're into it, but there's some freaks out there.
There are some freaks, and where our live show was last time was kind of in the ghetto between downtown and the Strip. So there's some areas of Vegas that are not great.
Yeah, we stay. That's where Skankfest was, right at the end of Fremont Street. Also.
Oh,
So,
okay.
It was fun. It was a blast. It's just like when you get back to the hotel, you're head down. You're like, let's get the fuck back.
Understood. So, yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. Hackamania.com. Use the promo code WATP to get 10% off your tickets and to please stop Patrick Melton from clowning me about how many people have used my promo code. I need people to use WATP to get their 10% off their tickets. The ticket prices usually do go up, so you're going to want to purchase those now for Hackamania. All right, Mike. I think that's enough for this
All
week.
right. Have the day you deserve, everyone.
Yeah, and I guess I'll see you in the new year, right?
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so Happy New Year to you and yours.
And to you, sir.
Yes, thank you. And what's the sign-off again?
Have the day you deserve.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. They're like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought